Investigative reports can feel long and overwhelming, pages full of facts, findings, and conclusion. But don't worry, I'm here to break it down for you step by step. Today we'll use a simple memory trick, a mnemonic, to make every part of the report easy to remember. Follow along as we uncover each section clearly, so you can understand the report from start to finish without missing a single detail. The first item in a report is the title. This tells us what the report is about. It is written in capital letters and underlined. For example, a report on poor performance at Maneno School. After the title, we have the introduction. Here the writer identifies himself and states whom the report is written for. In the introduction, we always include who requested the report. For example, is it the principal? So you need to say that the principal instructed me to write this report. What is the purpose of the investigation? Maybe you are investigating why the school is not performing in the final examination. What is the time frame? Maybe it's 1 month. And then who are the committee members? So in the introduction, you include who requested the report, the purpose of the investigation, the time frame, the committee members. After the introduction, we have the methods of data collection, and the common methods of data collection include observation, the interviews, questionnaires, and sampling. After collecting your data, the next thing is to present your findings. So the next item is findings. Here you state what was observed and noted after analyzing the information. For example, the teaching staff. It was noted that the school is understaffed in mathematics and science department. Remember, no personal opinion should be included here. Before I explain what the conclusion is, here is an important tip many students miss. The conclusion always comes before the recommendations, and it must summarize the findings only. Never include new information. After the findings, you have the conclusion. The conclusion should be based on the observation. The outcome of the research is given in a summarized way. No new information should be added. An example of a conclusion: these problems have compromised the standards of education, leading to poor performance. Urgent solutions are therefore needed to remedy the situation. After the conclusions, we have the recommendations. These should be based on the findings and the conclusion. This part is written in note form or numbered. The specific actions to be taken to resolve the problem researched on are given. For example, the committee recommended the following to solve the problems. A. The principal to request the Teacher Service Commission for more teachers to curb the problem of shortage of teachers. Finally, do not forget to sign off when you're writing your report. In signing off, we include the ending clause, the signature, the name, and the designation of the writer. For example, report compiled by, that is the ending clause, the signature, and then the name of the person, which is Boru Church, the designation of the writer, that is the secretary. Here is our memory trick one more time. The important method finds clear results. Keep it in mind whenever you're writing a report. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it so others can benefit too. In our next video, we'll be exploring how to write minutes effectively, so stay tuned.